I'm Sarah Ann Stewart. I'm a holistic health practitioner that supports women all over the world find food and body freedom without crash dieting. Every day, my inbox is flooded with questions about self-love, and more specifically, self-love versus self-sabotage. I often feel like this topic gets distorted. It's the idea that in order to truly love yourself and to be empowered as a woman, you must first love your body right now without the desire to change it. And while I understand the underlying message, I often witness so many individuals quietly suffering because they're stuck in this unhealthy relationship with food or stuck in unhealthy habits that are impacting their well-being because they're tied to this myth. The myth that if I truly loved my body, I wouldn't want to lose weight or want to change my current state of health. But here's what I want you to know. You can love yourself right now as you are today and simultaneously have your sights set on reaching new heights with your health and your body. Self-love is about full acceptance of where you are right now and becoming the best version of you in the process. The two are not mutually exclusive. Self-love and the desire to improve your health are not mutually exclusive. You are here to be the best version of you, and sometimes weight loss is part of that journey. Sometimes changing your body is part of that journey. Sometimes improving your health is part of that journey. For those of you who don't know my story, I was recruited to model when I was 14 and almost lost my life to an eating disorder. When I left the modeling world and decided to leave behind that industry, I was screaming from the rooftops, I love myself so much, I don't care about my weight loss anymore. Unfortunately, this translated into eating a lot of fast food and drinking a lot of alcohol. And although I consciously wanted to get better, my inner world was screaming, I'm not in that world anymore. I can do whatever I want with my body. So I created this subconscious story about my behavior with food. And that story was, I love myself, and because I love myself, I no longer am going to deprive myself. But all of these behaviors contributed to more unhappiness and actually resulted in the lack of self-love. On the same token, it's important to remember that you can lose all the weight you want and you can still struggle to love who you see in the mirror. You can have an 8-pack and still struggle with anxiety around food and your body. So I share the story and I share my story as an example because this is the kind of thinking that sneaks in the most subtle ways in our mind, and it's important we become aware of our thoughts and feelings and emotions and stories. So you may have similar thoughts, like because I love myself, I'm giving myself permission to do whatever I want. I'm going to eat whatever I want, I'm going to skip the gym, I'm going to skip my meditation, I'm going to neglect my sleep. Or on the other hand of the spectrum, I'm going to love myself, so I'm going to be really rigid with my diet. So many of us are doing this, and despite the fact that it keeps us stuck and results in more shame and guilt. So, if this resonates with you, I challenge you to meditate on this question today. What habits am I claiming to be self-love that are really self-sabotage? Here's a hint. Real self-love is focused on long-term vision of your health and your wellness, not instant gratification. Authentic self-love considers where you want to be in 10 to 20 years from now. When you practice making decisions out of a desire for long-term health, you're going to find that you no longer need to self-sabotage. So give yourself permission to grow into self-love. Take some moments today to do the meditation and see what comes up for you. I would love to connect with you and hear what comes up in your meditation and how I can support